Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Connie with Gray Paper Crafts, coming on today to share with you how I'm assembling the sitting Christmas Bentley from Kadoodle Bug Designs. I have cut him. Now this is approximate when it's grouped because I had to move some stuff around, so it's about 7.025 inches wide by about 8.832 inches high. That's for all of the pieces. Now, just this piece right here is 3.55 inches wide by 4.692 inches high. That's in Cricut Design Space. A couple of the things I've done is the hat brim and the pom-pom on his hat. I've run through the Swiss Dot Cuddlebug folder. Should set those there so I don't forget them. I have gone through, and all my black pieces I inked in white. The two little ovals on his nose I did re-ink in black around the outside. I took some white, it's titanium white pan pastels, and went over the part of the nose, the top part, so it was a little more highlighted. And it's going to be quite, but it has to be for the nostrils part. Then what I did is all of the little black pieces over here, I separated them out as best I could. I have, let me think about this, arms, legs, those are two for the ears, and I've got some up here. They are for the body. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, I'm going to just start assembling this and figuring this out as I go the best I can. And I might have to take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing here. My apologies. And keep in mind, there's a hoof that goes on the end of this, so just trying to figure out why, if this isn't maybe an arm piece. Let me see if there's a bigger leg piece. It just is not seeming to want to fit very well in there. And yes, there is. Now, please apologize. I'm sorry, my voice is, or I apologize for my voice. Doing the best I can here, so I'm sorry about that. There are going to be 4 pieces that look very similar. As you can see here, 2 are smaller. They're the arm piece. So when you put these together, I'm going to do the legs first. You want to be very careful that you get the right size on. That's what threw me off right away, is they didn't fit in there. They were too small. So, and I have the picture up in front of me, but I guess I didn't think about the arms looking basically the same as the legs, which makes sense. It's a cow, but, well, a gnome cow, but you know. I was happy to see this because I have a great nephew that, although they don't technically live on a farm, they have the family farm, and he has, well, it's not a calf anymore. It's, I'm not sure when they got it, but he's got his own calf that he feeds. His mother, he's not that old. His mother has to take him out there every morning. 6 o'clock they get out, they go, and he has to feed his calf. So, yeah, when I saw this, I was excited to make a Christmas card for him. Little things, right? But he will enjoy it. He's quite the little farmer and farm boy. We live in a fairly rural area, and I'm not a farm girl, so I don't half the time know what he's talking about. I can't relate, but he's quite animated. No, I'm using thinner paper on this. By the time you get all the glue and the pieces on, it'll be quite heavy, so not a problem. Now I've got two hooves here that are very similar in size, but again, one is bigger than the other, or two are bigger than the other two. So I think, I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm gonna put these on next. I've not put this together yet, so it'll be interesting if everything goes where it belongs for me. These just line up right on the end. And I'm going to put both of them on right away. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. Ours was kind of low-key by the time everybody gets to the family Thanksgiving that I go to. They've all been to their own other sides of their families, so it's fairly quiet. Okay, I've got more white pieces here. I'm looking for the two ear pieces that look like this, or I should say like this. Put them together, right? And they actually go upside down, and I'm going to put those on next. This really isn't that hard. It's just a matter of, I think for me, the big thing was separating out the black pieces was a huge help. And I think I do that quite often when I have several pieces to put together. I don't know if anybody uses my Scrap Chick files. I'm sure you're familiar with them. They had, I think it was November, I'm not sure. They had a penguin candy bar wrap. And I made it and gave it to my sister. And she kept looking at it, and I thought, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm doing the two little black pieces for the ear next. She asked if I would make some for her coworkers. I thought, I don't know how many coworkers she has anymore, because she's moved departments and stuff a lot. Well, she said only 3 or 4. And I said, you have my old Cricut. You could do this yourself. Yeah, but I don't have time. I said, I don't either. So here I am going to be making 4 of those. I got my other Christmas cards all done. I'm happy about that. And what I don't agree to, I'm telling you, I gotta quit that. Okay, I'm gonna try to put these pieces on here. Like I said, I'm gonna get, let's see, what do I have here? I'm missing a piece, I think. The camera cord's falling down here. Nope, they're both here. I was looking for these. They look like that. This piece right here. And they go right over here. One on each side. And I thought I was missing one. So anyway, she kind of has decided that maybe after Christmas she should start learning how to do something, which I would be happier than happy. I like doing my own thing and not always for her. I decided this after Christmas I need to start crafting for myself instead of everyone else. Just tell them I'm sorry, I'm busy. Let's see. So one piece, there's these little double, almost like double circles. They are going right underneath, right in here where the body meets. So I'm just going to leave the body lay there a moment. At least that's what I'm going with. I have one piece I think should have went under the hooves, but I think I can make it work. So we'll see. So we'll find out. And it hardly shows. There it is. I was looking for the other one. I'm going to turn this around a moment so it's upside down for me. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think these were supposed to go over here underneath the hooves. There's a bigger piece, so I'm going to leave them off for now. There are 2 really tiny little pieces that will go down here. I'm going to put those on and see if I can get the hooves off again. If not, I might leave them off. They'll never know they were supposed to be there. And these, the long skinny part goes toward the hoof. Just gonna put them like that. I'm sure he'll never know. All he'll see is the shape of a cow and just think he's in heaven. Let's see, I don't think I'll get the hooves off, but we'll try. Ah, decent. Yeah, I can. So, see if both sides come off though. I think I'll be good. I'm going to try this side first, and I'm putting him with the 2. I'm just going to cut them off, and I'll have much better luck. And I think we'll be fine. Cut a little more off. I can always find a way to fix things, believe it or not. Okay, let's get this back so you can see, and I'm just going right under there. I don't know if I'll have to put more glue up on the hoof maybe, but... And I'm cutting the other one off. Cutting a good chunk off. Get some glue on it. I always hope the neighbors can't hear my scissors clanking against my glass mat here. I'm up sometimes, quite often at like 5 o'clock. Sometimes it's 4 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep very well. And I often wonder if they can hear me. And that's scissors. I try not to let it bang, but sometimes it just does its own thing. I'm going to put the body on next, and this, so right down toward his legs is where it's going to basically match up or line up. You want to make sure you get covered so when you put the head on, you know that you have room for that. So I'm going to, I keep telling myself I'm going to try to do more paper piecing videos. It's just been, when I get a cold, sometimes it's hard to breathe and talk. So And I forgot, I've got some Christmas elephants left to work on. I'm going to try to do one of those yet. Show you how I do some things. Well, come on. I can't get them to line up well. Maybe it's got to go up a little bit. Yeah. I put it up a little bit higher and it lined up better. Okay. I want to do his body parts now. The black spots on his body. So let's see. There is this big one that's going to kind of go under his arm. And his arms go right here, and it's going to show like that. About like this. And then there's one that should fit right down here on his toward his leg, and there's this little piece that's similar to this, or would be this one. It's a little bigger. We're going to use that. Hope you can see that with my finger in there. It's this one right there on his head. Sorry, sometimes I can't see. Oh, lost my picture. One moment. I can't always tell how much you can see, so if I reiterate things, that's normally why. Now this is curved. It's going to fit right on the curve here, so it'll fit really nice, and it does. It just goes, well, if you can get it to stick there, good grief. I say it really does stick. So, okay, now I'm going to do this piece first, okay? It's going to go under his head, and I've got a tiny little piece that I missed over there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it kind of right in there, and it'll just follow the curve, so it's all good. And it covers up my little spot that I missed with the body, but again, it follows the curve of the body and just fits right in there. And then I have one more left. It's like almost 4 circles put together, and that's going, excuse my reach, it's going under the arm over here, and I'm just trying to figure out, you barely see it, so, and you want the two, I'm going to put it this way because it's more pronounced. The 2 circles, you want to make sure that they're kind of going up and down over here. And again, you just don't hardly see it, so put it right there. And then I'll show you when I get the arm on. It's just right there. So, yep. Okay, next I'm going to put the arms on, and we'll work on those. We'll leave the hooves for last in case anything goes under those. I knew I should have waited, and yet, oh no, I'm fine. I'm going to leave this one off. I'm just going to work on this one first, just because the hoof has to go on. Nope, this one should go on second. I'm sorry. My bad. This arm goes on first. Looking at the picture. Should look at the picture first, right? Still not on there right. The bottom. Okay, Now, there is a piece, let's see, it's the other one. It kind of comes at an angle, and then it goes, it's got that little bulb that sticks out. That actually goes here, but it has to go on, the hoof has to be there too, and it kind of curves with the hoof. So I'm just going to lay this on, and I'm thinking I'm going to put a pencil mark there. If you can see, I'm sorry with the camera in the way, just a little spot, because it's going to go, to get it to fit right, it has to go on that way. See? So, to get it to fit along here. And I might put it up just a tiny bit from where it was, where I had that pencil mark, but that's about where you want it. And there's nothing else in the way. I can put the hoof on now. Yep, it's good. This is going to be a cute little guy when it's done. If you have anybody in your family that likes cows, this is just the perfect card for, or perfect design for a Christmas card for them. Excuse me. Now we have these pieces. And get that on, and that goes along about right in here. And again, right along this side of the arm, it just follows through. And then you have these two, we'll put them up here, little pieces, and they're going to go right in here. I have no idea how to design S3G files, and I cannot draw. I'll be the first to admit this. I am always fascinated when this stuff just goes right together. Just always amazes me. All right, let's get this other arm on. And in case I do forget, please leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help you. I sometimes forget to mention that, and I have problems with, for some reason, YouTube likes to turn my comments off, and I try to watch that pretty closely now. So if it does, you can always send me a message on Facebook through Prairie Paper Crafts, or if you send it just to my regular messages, I will get it eventually on my regular Facebook page too. And if you're a member of the Paper Piecing Creators group on Facebook, you can leave comments there and I will help you. If not, we'd love to have you join. You just have to answer a few questions. I think there's 3 questions. It's a group that was formed by Kim Ferguson, and I'm an admin. She started it. We were going to always do collaborations and stuff, and one thing led to another. We just never really got there. And oh, see, I forgot that piece on the hoof. So we got this. She's got this going, and we have monthly YouTube videos, and people ask questions, share their work and stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's drama-free. That's what I like about it. It's wonderful. Except when I forget how to upload videos. The poor Kim always has to, but she's shaking her head some days thinking, wow, I think I've got it now though. I forget how to add them to the collaboration every time, so I'm getting better. Okay, I'll be quiet. We'll keep working, get his head on. Normally I would use my beacon glue for these bigger pieces, but I don't feel like taking the time to get it out, and if it's not real warm in here today, so it sometimes takes a bit to get it going. Okay, got that. I'm just thinking what I need here now. Next we'll put the hat on. This I am gonna wait a minute for the glue. It's just right here. I just hope it'll start very quickly. Otherwise, it does tend to warp if I use too much of the other glue I've been using, especially with thinner paper. The glue is warmer than I am apparently. All right, and I have more wiggle time with this. I'm just gonna stick it on a little bit and work with it from there. Well, you know, it lined up pretty darn good this time. Sometimes I have a problem, I don't know why, but getting it on there. Okay. Again, excuse my reach. Someone had asked, and I appreciate them commenting, but asked me to put the camera closer, and I am trying to remember to do that. It's just I forget that I get in the way, so I think I have to think about this a minute. Pretty sure. Now this piece on this side, you're gonna have a little hangover there. It's gonna be for the holly leaves, so no worries there. It should match up over there though. And every once in a while when I emboss things, it doesn't always fit quite right, so excuse me. Oh, I just had to smush it down a little bit. And then, okay, I want to make sure I have this right. Before I put this on though, I'm going to put a little bit of chalk on his cheeks. I seem to always, well, part of it I'm going over the ear part where it is, but quite often I have like a centerpiece that's not getting filled with chalk. Black chalk on here. Yeah. Just cleaning my eraser off. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize, oh my goodness, that it's so dirty. Well, good grief. Where is it at? Worst comes to worst, I think it's going to be covered up. This side part won't be. I will come back and either use a... now I'm upset about that. I'll either use some pan pastels or some white colored pencil works really good to fix it. I'm gonna leave it because I'll just make it worse. So I'll just come back and fix it. You can use a white gel pen, but it'll show more. White colored pencil works wonderful if you have it. Always have to have a few around, so okay, trying to get this side lined up right, and then okay, so that's on. Now I got my nose pieces. I want to put it together. You know what? make sure that the curved part that goes curved up is to the bottom. I knew I was doing something wrong there. So you've got this little piece there, and you got this indentation. You want those two to match, basically. So you got the little tongue part of it there. And yeah, most of that will get covered up, so I'm fine there. Just making sure I'm not missing anything other than the holly and the berries, and I just realized I forgot to take out the glitter, so get that out in a minute. I want this fairly far down. And okay, the ovals point out, going out, so I gotta do that right. And not a lot. I've got something I'm going to do with the nostrils yet. And it will make them, I think, show up even more. Just trying to, which they don't do too bad after you get them both on. But I'm going to wait till I get the holly and everything, and just going to get the glitter out. It shouldn't be too far. One would hope. If it's, you know what, I'm going to use something else because I don't know if that's going to work. That glitter is kind of stuck in there. I don't know. I've got the pops of color Rudolph red out in case I can't get the glitter out. Okay. These are just going here. And there's a tiny bit of a curve. I'll show you if you can see it on the other side. There's a tiny bit of a curve. It's curving that way. And that's kind of how that leaf is going. And I think they all do. If I remember correctly, they all curved one way. Look at that little guy. Isn't he adorable? Guess you have to just like cows and animals. I do, so I'm sorry if I'm bumping the camera. I'm gonna do this one next. Let's see. No, backwards would no matter how I do this, right? I want to get that little point taken care of. That's what's actually needs to be filled in here. I'm not so sure embossing that was such a good idea because it's hard to work around. If you stayed with me this long, I do thank you. This is, I forget when to quit detailing, to be honest with you. I'll just keep going and going. And even though it's, you know, just for my great nephew, things just have to be so-so. And just how I do things. These, oh, there it is. Fingers. I'm gonna have to turn the heat up as cold as they are. I didn't ink the edges of these. I never do for holly berries. I shouldn't say never, but I very seldom do, just because they're going to get covered up with glitter anyway. So let's see if the glitter might want to come out today. And I don't get my head in here too far. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I must have. Oh, it's coming. And it's real milky when it comes out. That's just the glue in it, and I think it quit on me. Let's see if I can get it going again. I have to be careful. There's a clog in the end of it, and I don't want it going everywhere. I had it on the wall here a while back. It was a mess. There. Now it should be out. That clog is out. I can see. Put a little more on there. And I'm going to do a little bit of detailing with white chalk and the white pen, and then I will show you what I'm doing with his nostrils. But I can't do that until I do my detailing. Excuse me again, I apologize. It's okay. To remind myself where the glitter is. Now this may show up much brighter, the white, than it does in person. I know it picks up quite a bit on the camera. Some of it I can tell I've got a little bit much on, but yeah, I don't know why it gets so bright on camera. It really does, though. I'm leaving it alone. I'll come back and piddle with it if I need to later. I like the darker red on his hat. It just sets, I think, everything off. I love a crimson or cherry red for Christmas. I don't like more the tomato red. I like that in the summer, but in the winter, I'm a big fan of the dark red, so and I'm personally, it's nothing against anybody else in their work. I just I don't like a lot of white gel work. Gel pen. I'm not sure why when I see it, that's all I see. And I'm a big fan of using more pan pastels and stuff. Now, try not to get into this too much, but what I'm using is my glaze pen, my black glaze pen on the nostrils. You could use, I think it would be a bit much. I was going to say black. Sorry, I can't see real well with the lights today. You could use maybe Nouveau drops, but I like the black Nouveau drops, but I'm afraid it would be, for me, it would be way too much. I'm just gonna see if I can, and I apologize, I'm just trying to get a little bit better coverage here. There. Sometimes I have to get the pen going also. But there is my finished little guy. I hope you like him. If you have any questions, again, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Take care.